Hi, mamas. Hi, papas. So, guys, let me tell you, there are things that you're going to give your children that are useless. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. So, when you have a young child and you want to advance their education or their learning, the first thing parents go to is always digital. Okay, more like devices. Okay, that's the worst thing that you can do. So, two things I want to talk about. Top two that will really delay your child without you knowing. It's YouTube, not everything on YouTube, but anything that has to do with learning and it's a song, useless. Useless, useless. But no, you are wrong because they sing along. Yes, they sing along. They sing along because it's a catchy song. Although remember, it's the beats and the words, the way they rhyme, but they're not learning anything. CAT spells cat. They don't know it spells cat. They can't comprehend it. They know CAT spells cat, right? That's all they know. They know the song, but they can't really comprehend how C makes K, A makes T makes T. They can't because that's phonics and then that's mixed with alphabets at the same time, right? So it doesn't make sense. And then, so if CAT makes cat, what does CAKE make cake, right? The other one has the other one has A, right? Your child won't understand that because one is a long vowel, the other one is a short vowel. What is that? That's gibberish, right? That was me with my first two. So I identified where the gap was, why the child was being delayed, because also them being in front of the screen is not helping them. It's not. It's not. It was just causing trouble with sleep time and all that, and we had to take away TV before bedtime, and also I had to reduce TV during the week. So my kids watch television from Thursday, Friday, Saturday only. That seems cruel in the beginning, but it gives more control because there's also screen addiction. It helps, right? So them singing along to the song, the colors of the rainbow, as whatever, not good. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. Yes, to a certain degree, but it's honestly delaying their learning process. And then the other one that I noticed that was a complete waste of time is the educational app, right? So again, I'm talking from my experience, guys. If it's working for your kids, great, right? But I saw that there was a delay. So you get a game mode that teaches how to spell. Doesn't work. What are they learning? You put this, you try this and that, it goes, yeah, that's exciting, right? Then it gives a reward, right? It gives a reward. That's all they get. They get excited. Have you seen an older man who's obsessed with gaming? They can't help themselves. So it creates the same thing with your child. They're just excited by the gaming. It's not educational. So my youngest I did it with the first two, so I definitely messed them up. And then my youngest, that's when I realized that, oh, okay, she knows how to put CAT, but in her head is more of a puzzle than it is building a word. So I don't want my child to learn like building a word like a puzzle. I want them to understand that K is actually a letter that can, if I say can and I say cat and I say uh what the other word, whatever that makes the same sound, they can spell it because they recognize that K is a C and A is a, and I got rid of that, and it seemed terrible when I did it. I remember my son when he was in grade. So when I learned this was not working, I think my son was in grade five. Grade five. Yeah. I believe he was in grade five. There was a learning app that I used. It's international. I used that and it didn't work. It didn't work. I think if they incorporate that in school, it has a way of working because I got it from the school they used to be in. And also there was one of maths, and I thought I could incorporate that in homeschooling, but no. So what I realized is that the school taught them the normal way of learning, then they use that as like a reward to just help the brain. So it was a reward. So I wanted to use it as the main learning method. It didn't work, right? So for reading, I got that app, and it's game based. Oh, my kids were only interested in the score and getting to the next level, and their reading was not improving and anything like that. And I was like, back to the basics. And how are my kids improving in their learning? I go the old school. I go to the library. I'm like, guys, paradise. Take the books that you want, and they take the books and they're always competing to finish the books and they are ecstatic, excited to do that. Their learning, their reading has like improved so much. Basic learning through a book, not a device. Okay. So my kids don't have devices. They only, if I can add that to the devices, is that it's easy to get your child their own phone, their tablet, their iPad, or whatever you want to use. Doesn't work. So my kids have laptops, but it's not their laptops. It's laptops and desktop and whatever. No, it's not yours. It's mine, right? And you can use it. So they use it to, so I allow them to research things. Like if they're saying, Mom, but what is this? And I'm like, go check it yourself. So I make them quite independent, right? That's when they can use it. But with them owning it, that they can be on the device anytime. No, you can't be on the device anytime. So they use the normal book print. They use that, right? Not digital. They use books. If I need to get them some resource, I print it. Like get a great printer, print everything, laminate things, put on a book, like glue it on and whatever, and let them read from there. If you think the way of digital helps with everything, maybe when you are older, because with me, I can learn from reading an ebook or whatever, but with the kids, it's too much. It's too much. The device is exciting. So my son was more excited about being on the device, and he has a bit of an addiction when it comes to the device. So I had to work on that. Okay. So I hope this will really, really help you. And it's not just for homeschooling only, it's any child. When you want your child to learn, kill the devices, guys. Kill the devices. They don't help your children at all. They get excited about that. They do the work just to finish because they want to be on the device. Like my son will give whatever. Like I remember my before I knew all these things, my daughter, the youngest, would watch like something like Cocomelon or whatever, those baby things, and he would like be glued on. It wasn't even for his age, but he would do whatever to get a device high, right? For a better lack of a better word. So I've seen that when I do this, it helps. I force my children to play out. I force them after school, go play, right? After school, go play. They need to play. They can't always be indoors. They can't always be in front of the devices. They need to go play. They need to run. So what that also helps me is that you will see that PE is part of the requirement. So I don't need to be so formal about it because yeah, go jump on a trampoline, like get a basketball, whatever, something like that. All right. So less devices, less songs, less learning app, educational apps. They are not really helping them. They are just creating a gaming, whatever. I don't want to say monster, but I believe that you get me. And the song is about the beat, it's about the rhyming. And let me share something that's just a bit hilarious. So my youngest, I've been teaching her this year. We started counting in 100,000s, right? So I'll go. So in the beginning, she was 100,000, 100,000, 1,100, 2,100. So she couldn't get the order. So we practiced it. I was like, no, 100 first. So 100,000, 200,000. So the other day, I don't know what the brother did, and he played a song for her. There was a miscommunication. So she was listening to a song that counted in 100,000, but she couldn't comprehend that. She couldn't get it. So at that time, I noticed, and I was like, hey, what did you just learn? She's like, something, mommy, because she knew she was guilty. She knew they're not allowed to do that. She's like, no, I learned something. I'm like, what did you just listen to right now? She couldn't remember that she couldn't even recognize that it's 100,000 that I've been teaching, the 100,000, yes, that I've been teaching her. And it counted the same way I count from 1 until 9, then a million, right? But she couldn't connect the pieces. She couldn't. And I saw like, yeah, that's why we do it manually. But if I come and I say to her, come, count in 100,000, in 100,000, she will start 100,000, 200,000, right? I hope that helps. Awesome. Again, just one more thing. Remember, when you want to enroll your baby for homeschooling, and you would like a hand to hold you through it, I, as a life coach, provide now homeschooling coaching. So you can reach out to me and then we can get the ball rolling. So my details will be there on the screen and in the description. Then you can just reach out and then I can help you out how to just adjust, adapt, and get the ball rolling. Awesome, guys. Bye.